evening and welcome to Falcon Update live on MC77. I'm Molly Sherman.
And I'm Dan Allen. Men's soccer played 3 games last week. The first of the week was against Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. The Falcons were down early as the Blue Jays forward Akeem Yunker gave Hopkins the 1-0 lead just 29 seconds into the match. Johns Hopkins would take a 2-0 lead early in the second half after a goal from Liam Creedon. The Falcons were still down 2-0 in the 80th minute before a header from Nick West cutting into the Blue Jays' lead. Then, with 1 minute in the match, Nick West again put a goal in to tie the game at 2. Neither team, however, was able to find that golden goal in overtime, and the game ended in a draw, 2-2.
Women's volleyball hosted Lycoming on Wednesday, riding a 3-match losing streak. Middle of the first set here, Falcons are off to a good start. It is a nice set to Hannah Berger, who puts the Falcons lead 17-8. Next point here, Lycoming gets the tip, but it's back up. And it's Prudhomme who pushes the Falcons lead to 18-8. A service error on the set point by Lycoming would give the women the first set, 25-15. Second set now, Lycoming's putting up a fight. Natalie Marsh goes up but touches the net on the way down, tying things up 20-20. Nearing the end of the second set. Nice set to Huntsberger. And she has a kill. The Falcons have a set point opportunity. Here's a set point right here. Good serve. And it's a nice set, but a shutdown block from Mary Underman wins the second set for the Falcons. In the third set here, Lycoming is in the lead. Nice up. It's a sent to Huntsberger. Huntsberger crosses it, and that makes the score 4-2. Lycoming still in the lead. Tip out of bounds makes it 4-4. Here's the match point right here. Service from Haley Miller. It's up. Lycoming with a dangerous kill, but Haley Miller has it up. And it's a set to Prudhomme, who swings. Lycoming just can't get enough on it. The women would take the match in just 3 sets. Women's volleyball is back in action on Saturday in a tri-match against St. Mary's College of Maryland and Christopher Newport University.
How about some more men's soccer? This time they took on Stevenson University in a MAC Commonwealth match on Wednesday. The game would remain scoreless heading into the second half. Nick West scored his 18th goal of the season in the 77th minute, giving the Falcons a 1-0 lead. But the Mustangs would tie the game at 1 in the 84th minute after a goal from James Rosa. In the 7th minute of overtime, a rebound would find Falcons midfielder Luke Gruthoff, who put the ball onto the back of the net, winning the game for Messiah 2-1. The overtime victory was the first overtime win for the Falcons this season.
Women's volleyball defeated St. Mary's College of Maryland 3-1 over the weekend. Mary Underman led the attack with 12 kills, while Lene Huntsberger had 11. Amanda Dahlman, Natalie Marsh, and Heston Kowalski all collected more than 10 digs each. The team dropped the first set 25-22, but won the next 2 sets 25-22 and 25-18. The women sealed the deal on the 4th set by winning again by the score of 25-18. In the second match of the day, Saturday, they lost to Christopher Newport University in 3 straight sets. Kate Prudhomme, Hannah Berger, and Natalie Marsh combined for only 18 kills over the 3 sets. Katie Wilcox had 12 assists, and Amanda Dahlman collected 14 digs. The Falcons lost 25-21, 25-20, and 25-16. Overall, the team swung at a 1.153 clip and committed 13 errors over the course of the match. The team will travel to Reading tomorrow to take on Alvernia University.
Sports aren't done yet. We'll have more when we get back. Stay tuned.
Welcome to GoMessiah.com, the official website of Messiah College Athletics. On the homepage, you can find recent stories, a social media directory including general athletics and sport-specific accounts, and the Falcon YouTube stream. Scrolling down, you can view upcoming events with stats, audio, and video links if available, as well as recent results, including box scores and recaps. In those recaps, you can read the story along with view the photo gallery, next game information, team schedule, and roster. Game stats are on the side, and you can even watch the highlight of the night. These highlights are made possible by GoMessiah.tv, where you can view live streams and stats for all home games, regardless of where you are. GoMessiah.com, your home for everything Falcon.
The men's and women's cross-country teams participated in the DeSales Invitational over the weekend. The men finished in second place. Benjamin Schott was the first Falcon to cross the finish line in 8th place overall with a time of 26 minutes and 18 seconds. Zachary Lofties, 15th place, Kyler Shea, 16th place, and Tyler McFeeters, 17th place, finished the race within seconds of each other, all finishing about 24 seconds after Schott. On the women's side, the team came in 3rd place out of 25 teams. Sarah Codd came in 9th overall with a time of 23 minutes, 18 seconds. Leanne Weaver finished 2 seconds after Codd with a time of 23:20. Both the men's and women's cross-country teams will travel to New London, Connecticut this weekend for the Connecticut College Invitational.
Messiah field hockey has been a force to be reckoned with over the past few seasons, tallying 54 wins in their last 55 games. The Falcons would look to stay just as lethal this time against the Albright Lions on Saturday, trying to improve upon their already perfect record this season. So here we go, early in the first half, no score. This is Kezia Lote. Check this out. She sends a shot. It deflects off a defender up and over the goaltender into the back of the net. 1-0 Falcons. Get used to see some celebration here by the Falcons. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. This time it's Shayna Landis. She has the penalty shot, slips it in. Guess what? It's 2-0 Falcons, and we're still in the first half. To the second half we go, same score, it's 2-0. Kezia Lote again sends the corner to Cassie Steef, who lifts a shot over the Lions defense and goalie and into the back of the net. Falcons take the lead now 3-0. Less than 10 minutes later, same score. Messiah threatens again. Here's a shot that deflects right to Kezia Lote, who puts it in to give Messiah the 4-0 lead. The Falcons would go on to win by that score and improve to 11-0 on the season.
Number 3 Messiah women's soccer faced the Albright Lions at home on Saturday. The women come off an impressive 6-game winning streak. The Falcons held control of the pace of the game from the start with 3 shots and a pair of corner kicks in the first 10 minutes. The women kept the pressure on through the first half with 12 more shots, 6 of those attempts on frame. Here's some of that pressure right here. Number 3, DJ Cole with a nice cross, but the Falcons just can't find a connection. Their moment would come in the 38th minute. It's Jessie Fisher just outside the 18, firing one right over the keeper and into the top right corner. The Falcons are ahead 1-0. The second goal wouldn't come until the 86th minute. The Falcons still up by 1. Jessie Fisher sending a corner kick into the box, and it finds Barb Foster, who gets a touch on it. There's a little confusion. No one's quite sure if it's a goal, but the refs rule it good, and Messiah is up by 2. Even in the last 2 minutes of the game, the Falcons kept the pressure on. Here's Brooke Firestone taking a shot, but it goes wide. The Falcons would still take the match 2-0. Overall, the women outshot the Lions 37-1. With this victory, the women advanced to 10-1-0 on the season and are back on Wednesday against Lebanon Valley College.
Messiah men's soccer would play their 3rd game of the week facing Albright, looking to help their coach Brad McCarty earn his 200th career victory at Messiah. Just over a minute into the game, David Alejos creates some space. Check this out. He's going to center one up for Lucas Kokolios, who puts it in 1-0 Falcons. Nothing more in the first half, pretty silent, so to the second half we go. This time it's Justin Brodegum. He's going to have a little through ball here. Check this out. gets the pass, and then bloop, right there, Nick West, he's going to create some space and puts one in. Messiah now up 2-0. Almost, not quite, but almost 2 minutes later, here's Trevor Swartz. We're going to get a look at him in just a second. He's going to send a long pass to Jonathan Gruthoff and doesn't even look, a no-look shot, and he wishes it in to give Messiah a 3-0 lead. Halfway through the second half, same score, 3-0. Here is Gruthoff again. This time, it's his turn to send a perfect pass, this one to Britt Hazeltine, who just has to tap it in, and Messiah all of a sudden up by 4. Messiah would beat the Lions by that score, 4-0, giving Brad McCarty his 200th win and moving Messiah to 10-0-2 on the season.
When we return, we will have Helena Cicero, the director of the Oaks Museum, here on campus. Stay tuned.
Hey,
Hey, you.
Have you seen Must See Mondays? Well, you should watch.
every Monday.
Every Monday at 7.
Tune in to MC77 to catch Must See Mondays every Monday night at 7. And who knows, you might even see yourself on TV.
I have really found a significant amount of faculty interaction, and I felt that at the chemistry department at Messiah that they have just been really invested in my education and they've cared about who I am as a person. We have resources available to us that are similar to those that you might find at a bigger research university, and I think that one of the most crucial developmental aspects of my relationship to God as a result of my education is that I'm learning to appraise the difference between the scriptural truth that we are taught growing up as Christians and the things that maybe require more critical thinking, and learning to learn more about who God is by our study of the natural world and how we can study that and just grow closer to Him.
And now, a public service announcement from Messiah College Athletics.
Colin, did you see Bender's sweet goal at the soccer game last night?
No, dude, I didn't.
Ah, no worries. Go Messiah.com. It's right here.
Oh, sweet. The highlight of the night, man. Must have been a sweet goal.
Yeah.
Satchel, player of the week? Congrats.
Wait, what?
Just go Messiah.com it.
Look at that. Go Messiah.com.
Hey, Coach Good. Oh, hey, Steph. Have you seen your pictures from the game last night?
No, I haven't.
No worries. Go Messiah.com it.
All right. Oh, wow. These are great. Oh, and there's one of me.
See more photos of Brooke Good and check out stats, recaps, and highlights of your favorite Falcon teams on GoMessiah.com. Don't forget to follow the Falcons on social media.
Acclamation Dance Ministry is a club on campus that basically incorporates any number of people to come and learn about dance as a form of worship.
Acclamation offers a lot of classes. We offer 3 levels of modern, 3 levels of jazz, 3 levels of ballet, and a point class, and 2 levels of tap.
Anyone can be involved in Acclamation. We want our doors to be open and arms to be welcoming in for people if they want to learn dance and learn that through a means of worship. We are a student-run organization. All of our officers are students on campus. All of our teachers are students on campus. And we are a ministry first and foremost.
I think one of my favorite parts of Acclamation is just being able to put homework down, just being able to go to the dance studio and have a good time with friends and worship God.
It's definitely been a constant in my life and a constant in my time at Messiah.
I also really love the community. I love that
It really is a family. It's a community of people that are encouraging and lifting me up in my dance ability, not tearing me down. I came to college where dance had always been something that really separated me from God. And so coming to Acclamation, I found people that danced with me and encouraged my faith. And also just a way to worship God that I hadn't really experienced before, and honestly now it's my most true form of worship. For me, to use dance as a form of worship is to kind of give my body as a living sacrifice.
To give back to God what He's given to us, so just to use our talents and abilities for His glory.
For me, it means to just use movement in all that you are. In Acclamation, we say audience for one, you're dancing for God, and that's what praising God through dance is. It's me recognizing that this gift is not my own and it's something that I want to give the Lord, and also share with others that this isn't my own ability, but it's God's. For people who want to join Acclamation, join.
I've seen many people who have tried it for the first time and just absolutely love it, so just give it a try.
And it's just a place to come have fun, really, and learn how to glorify God in a new way. And if you've never danced for God before, it's a really cool way to praise Him.
Adventure education is defined as the use of adventurous activities as a catalyst for personal and interpersonal growth. It's as much about the education as it is about the adventure. Within our program here, you definitely learn the leadership, and so together you get the complete package of not just the technical skills, but how to utilize and design those adventure experiences to help groups reach their goals.
Well, as an adventure ed major, you have to take certain outdoor activities courses. So you have the options of doing rock climbing, you could do canoeing, you can do caving, and learning all these cool activities that you could never do sitting in a classroom. It's definitely what makes this program awesome.
Welcome back to MC77. Here is this week's campus calendar. On October 9th at 7:30, the Falcon Fitness Center and Minds Matter are partnering to present Mental Wellness, talking about how exercise helps your mental health. It will be a panel discussion on the relationship between physical activity and mental wellness. The discussion will be held in Boyer 130. On October 6th through the 10th is Green Week here at Messiah. On Tuesday is an event outside of Lottie, Encouragement Through the Cross, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop at any time between then for some strength and encouragement to get through the week and engage in Christ-centered conversations with others. On Wednesday, come to the Union for Play-Doh, Bubbles, and Addie, the lovable golden retriever, from noon to 4. De-stress and rewind to the days of playing with your favorite childhood toy in the midst of midterms. Be sure to take part in these great events coming up, with the focus being on learning about mental health and raise awareness for mental illness. Fall break is coming up and starts this week on Thursday, the 11th, and ends Sunday, the 14th. Campus residences will remain open and classes will resume Monday at 8 a.m. Be sure to have a safe and relaxing break. On October 19th and 20th, Messiah SAB and Lost Films is showing Ant-Man and the Wasp. As Scott Lang balances being both a superhero and a father, Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym present an urgent new mission that finds the Ant-Man fighting alongside the Wasps to uncover secrets from their past. The cost is free for students and faculty and is $4 for guests. That's it for this week's campus calendar. I'm Curtis Seaman.
I have really found a significant amount of faculty interaction, and I felt that at the chemistry department at Messiah that they have just been really invested in my education and they've cared about who I am as a person. We have resources available to us that are similar to those that you might find at a bigger research university, and I think that one of the most crucial developmental aspects of my relationship to God as a result of my education is that I'm learning to appraise the difference between the scriptural truth that we are taught growing up as Christians and the things that maybe require more critical thinking, and learning to learn more about who God is by our study of the natural world and how we can study that and just grow closer to Him.
Welcome back to MC77, where we've got sophomore wrestler Brian Schurmeyer and junior lacrosse JoJo King with us. How are you guys doing tonight? Great.
Doing well, thanks.
All right. So JoJo, you actually transferred here. So why did you choose Messiah and how did you get here?
It was a lot of process and thought process that went behind all of it, but the broadcasting program here is a lot better than the school I was at, and so it was solely an academic choice.
So where did you go before Messiah?
Wingate University, down in North Carolina.
And Brian, why did you choose to come to Messiah?
Well, it was kind of like a long process for me. Like, I'd always thought that I was going to play football in college, so I never really even gave Messiah much of a chance until senior year. And then, like, I decided that I was going to wrestle, so I was like, we'll see. And came on a couple overnight visits and, like, stayed with the wrestling team. Super great group of guys, and I just loved it here. Felt at home.
So why did you choose to continue playing athletics in college?
I mean, I've been an athlete my whole life, and so to bring it into college was just kind of something that I've always wanted to do, and I've always dreamed of doing. You see, my parents did it, and so just to follow in their footsteps was huge.
Yeah, similar thing for me. Like, I've been wrestling since preschool, so I was like, don't really want to give that up, and like, I just love being involved in sports, whether it's wrestling or football. I just didn't really want to give it up, and I still love to compete, still love to work and just have fun doing it.
So how did you start wrestling then?
My older brother actually wrestled, and like, I just started like messing around with him like at our house, and I was like, man, I really want to do this, like, you know, like a little 5-year-old me. And so like my parents signed me up and just started. Been at it ever since.
How did you start lacrosse, JoJo?
I grew up in Maryland, and so my second birthday, one of our family friends played for the Coast Guard, and she gave me a really small stick, and on the side it said, every Maryland girl plays lacrosse. And so the minute I could get into practicing and the minute I could join a team, I did, and the rest is history.
So what's your favorite aspect of lacrosse?
I would have to say, like, the team coming together and the competition, just to come together and win a game. I mean, there's no better feeling, and it's just great to be part of a team that comes together in that way, and to be able to help them as well. It's a lot of fun.
How about you, Brian?
I would have to say, like, the lessons learned through wrestling. It's not an easy sport, so you have to, like, learn discipline, like, for weight cutting, for just, like, working hard. There's just so many different life lessons that you get through wrestling that you might not get in football or you might not get in baseball. I think that's one of the things that makes wrestling unique.
So what kind of commitment does it take to be a student athlete? Because you guys are doing a bunch of things at different times. How do you keep it all together?
It's a lot. I think, honestly, without sports, I think I don't know what I'd do with my time. It forces you to do your homework early, it forces you to study and keep your grades up, and then it gives you that, for me at least, it gives me a 2-hour break that I am forced to not think about anything but the sport that I'm playing. So it's a lot, but it's doable and it's fun, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we have mandatory study hall for freshmen, and that really, like, helped, like, me last year learning to manage my time, doing homework and, like, balancing with, like, my social life and with wrestling, lifting, running. It just really helped out, and I think that I've carried that on, like, through this year and everything as well.
So I think the real question is how do you guys get up for 6 a.m. lifts?
That's a killer. That's a killer. We start on Wednesday with our morning workouts, and they're not fun. They're hard, but I think that's one of the things that really brings us together as a team, is just being there with each other and pushing each other that early in the morning, with that brisk breeze and the cold morning air. It just kind of all brings us together. So, like, on one hand, it sucks getting up that early in the morning, but on the other hand, it's, like, totally worth it because you're building that camaraderie.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. So thank you guys for coming on the show. And we are going to throw it to break, so stay tuned.
Thank you, Lily, for that. And that's all the time we have for our show here tonight. We'll be right back with MC77 coming up next.
For Dan, Lily, and Curtis, I'm Molly Sherman. Have a great night.
This is the Grantham Community Garden. We grow over 40 different crops here, all grown organically, all by students, always student-led. We're one of the most profitable student organizations on campus. Everything that we grow here we sell, and that keeps the garden going and also pays the people who work in it. And now we're trying to work our way towards being a small farm. We have more paid student workers than we've ever had before.
Last Monday, SGA hosted its first event, Where Do Your Tuition Dollars Go?, with David Walker, the Vice President of Finance, and the Vice President of Enrollment Management, John Chopka. They both gave students a breakdown of their tuition costs. The event began with Logan Buffington, the SGA Vice President of Finance, who provided insights on the student activities fee. The money is allocated to different clubs on campus, who put on dances, socials, concerts, and other fun activities for students. John Chopka shared that because Messiah College gives out so many scholarships, the money incurred through tuition fees is limited. David Walker informs the group that 62% of tuition funds are allocated to wages and salaries, while the rest is spent on operations and student services. Chopka and Walker also spoke on the upcoming FIPS Admissions and Welcome Center. Capital projects, or brick-and-mortar updates around campus, are not funded through tuition dollars. Instead, the development team works closely with donors to fund those projects. So how does the college know what projects to fund? A strategic master plan is developed every 4 years to determine the needs of students and the campus as a whole. Missed the event? Check out the Pulse website for follow-up information and an audio recording of the event. And remember, Chopka and Walker are both available to sit down and answer questions. They're only an email away. Be sure to follow up with SGA on social media to stay up to the minute on upcoming events. Thanks for your support.
Welcome to GoMessiah.com, the official website of Messiah College Athletics. On the homepage, you can find recent stories, a social media directory including general athletics and sport-specific accounts, and the Falcon YouTube stream. Scrolling down, you can view upcoming events with stats, audio, and video links if available, as well as recent results, including box scores and recaps. In those recaps, you can read the story along with view the photo gallery, next game information, team schedule, and roster. Game stats are on the side, and you can even watch the highlight of the night. These highlights are made possible by GoMessiah.tv, where you can view live streams and stats for all home games, regardless of where you are. GoMessiah.com, your home for everything Falcon.
Hi, my name is Abigail McBride. I'm an alumnus of Messiah. I studied English here, and I also worked at our writing center, just working with different writers about things that were scary and, different ways to think about them to make writing more enjoyable. And today we're going to talk about something that I think was definitely one of the top scary things for a lot of writers coming in, myself included, and that's the introduction and the conclusion. And I mean, how intimidating is it to start that first paragraph and close it off also? Both those things I think always feel a bit awkward. But I think that there are ways to kind of structure that for yourself that it doesn't feel as much like, oh my gosh, how do I do this, as you enter the introduction and conclusion parts of your paper. So for this, I always like to use a metaphor. And this is just about the purpose of the introduction and the conclusion. And basically, I like to think of your paper as a tunnel, where you're walking through a mountain in this tunnel, and during that time, we're really focused. We're looking at one area, just moving ourselves forward along that tunnel. But in the introduction and the conclusion, our eyes need to adjust to the dark coming into the tunnel, and they need to adjust to the light coming out. So as we enter the tunnel, we want the writer to care for us, to help us enter the world of the paper and let our eyes slowly adjust to the tight, kind of dark focus we're going to have for the rest of the paper. And so I like to think of that as kind of a three-step process. In the beginning, something you might be familiar with is the idea of a hook, which is a way to get the reader interested. This is how you attract their attention to your tunnel in the beginning. It's a signpost that tells us where we're going. And a few ideas for that: it can be intimidating to try to grab someone's attention from the beginning of a paper. But different things you can use for that: a quote, a metaphor, an image, a question, a statistic. All these types of things are ways that you could start thinking about something that might be interesting to bring your reader into the paper. Then from there, you're going to move into the background of your paper. You start with your hook, and then you integrate that into what your paper is actually going to be about. Give us a little bit of history, a little bit of context, get our eyes adjusted. And then you're going to end that with your thesis statement, where then we've fully entered, we understand the claim, and we're ready to keep moving. Then on our way out of the tunnel, this is when our eyes want to adjust to the light coming out. You want to be thinking about, how is this paper going to apply? How are they going to carry the experience that they've had in the tunnel with them as they enter the wider world? And this is where there can be some conflict maybe in what you learned in high school versus what you might practice in college. In high school, we're often cautioned so strongly against not introducing a new idea into a conclusion that it feels like all you can do is restate the same ideas you've already made, which is a great skill to have, because the last thing anyone wants as they're exiting a tunnel kind of bleary is like a wolf to jump out at them or something like that. We want to be comfortably adjusted and know what we're taking with us. So a good way to think about how do you actually give your reader something to take with them versus just restate what you've already said is answering the question, so what, as you're exiting the tunnel. The idea behind that is you maybe pick a community, like maybe it's Messiah College, maybe it's the world, maybe it's your neighborhood, maybe it's your friend group. It can be as small or big as you like, but answer, why does your paper matter? How does it relate? And that's a good way to make sure, the whole point of writing is to communicate with other people. And this is a way you can make sure you're not just writing a paper to answer a prompt or checking a list off, but you're actually caring for your reader. You're communicating with them. You're bringing them from the world that they know into something you want to say, and also making it useful as they leave. This is a great place to also make sure you go back and revise and check for word choice. Make sure that you're using words that are powerful, because again, this is the part that your reader is going to carry with them as they enter and leave in both sides. If you're looking for more help with this, your writer's reference, which is you can use both as the textbook or through your Canvas course, has sections both on introduction and conclusion, and it can help guide you more as you write those.
Welcome to MC Live here on MC77. I'm your host, Billy Davis, and we've got a great show for you tonight. First up, we'll have Kiana Peters singing a couple of songs for us, and then we'll have Justice Danielson to show us some magic tricks. And lastly, Charmaine Lim and her friends will be joining us to talk about what it's like to be an international student here at Messiah College. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. We'll be right back after this break. to MC Live here on MC77, where we've got Kiana Peters with us to play a couple songs. So Kiana, what are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to be playing 2 songs. One of them is bilingual because I come from Mexico, and the other one is called Come Out of Hiding, and they're both kind of just about not being afraid of being who you are.
Okay, we'll take it away.
This love is broken up, our lives are so. You found me, no life in me, you called me your own, and I feel you in the way you're moving, feel you in the way you speak. You come alive when we are weary, you come alive when we are weak. Ooh, coming alive in you. Ooh, coming alive in you. Este amor se despertó en mi vida, en mi alma. Me encontraste sin vida, me llamaste. Tú y yo, y siento que estás moviéndote, siento cuando hablaste a mí. Tú cobras vida en mi cansancio, tú cobras vida cuando esté débil. Cobrando vida en ti. Cobrando vida en ti. Libre somos, hay un fuego que vive en mí. Libre somos, hay un fuego que vive en mí. We are set free, there's a fire alive in me. We are set free, there's a fire alive in me. This love is woken up, our lives, our souls. Ooh, coming alive in you. Ooh, cobrando vida en ti. Ooh, we're coming alive in you. Ooh, we're coming alive. Oh, we're coming alive in you. Come out of hiding, you're safe with me here. There's no need to cover what I already see. You've got your reasons, but I hold your peace. You've been on lockdown, but I hold the key. 'Cause I loved you before you knew what was love, and I saw it all, till I chose the cross, and you were the one that I was thinking of when I rose from the grave. Now rid of the shackles, my victory is yours, and I tore the veil for you to come close. There's no reason to stand at a distance anymore. You're not far from home, and I'll be your lighthouse when lost at the sea. I will illuminate everything. No need to be frightened by intimacy. Just throw off your fear and come running to me.
Great job, Kiana. Thank you so much for performing tonight. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Justice Danielson will be joining us. Thank you.
Welcome to GoMessiah.com, the official website of Messiah College Athletics. On the homepage, you can find recent stories, a social media directory including general athletics and sport-specific accounts, and the Falcon YouTube stream. Scrolling down, you can view upcoming events with stats, audio, and video links if available, as well as recent results, including box scores and recaps. In those recaps, you can read the story along with view the photo gallery, next game information, team schedule, and roster. Game stats are on the side, and you can even watch the highlight of the night. These highlights are made possible by GoMessiah.tv, where you can view live streams and stats for all home games, regardless of where you are. GoMessiah.com, your home for everything Falcon.
We're the Village Water Ozonation System, and we're a member of the Collaboratory, which is a student-led organization on campus where students work with faculty members and advisors to serve a real-world client. Currently, we have a client in Nicaragua. We have a filtration system that purifies water using ozone. So, being a part of the Collaboratory and the IPC gives us the opportunity to serve a real client and use what we're learning in the classroom to meet this client's needs.
Well, GoMessiah.tv allows us to reach a greater fan base for all of our parents of student athletes who are out of state and can't make it to a lot of our games, or even our growing alumni base. It's awesome to be able to have the opportunity for them to touch base with us and watch our games live and enjoy seeing where the program's going.
And we're back here on MC Live, and I have with me Justice Danielson, who has a few magic tricks up his sleeve here.
Yeah, we'll just get started. So I brought along the Great Gatsby, and I just want you to look through it and make sure all the pages are different. Looks good?
Yeah, they all look
okay.
different.
What I'm going to do is we're going to get a random word selected. I'm going to riffle through the pages like this, and you're going to say stop and look at the first word on the page. But don't tell me, okay?
Okay.
Just say stop at any point.
Stop.
Do you want to keep going or right there?
Right there.
All right. You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is I brought an index card here, and I'm going to actually try to guess what your word is. So just look at me. I want you to think of the first letter of the word. Okay, don't say it. Okay, what was the letter?
E.
Okay, we got that. Letter E. Okay. I want you to think of a letter just anywhere in the middle of the word. Okay, don't say it. What was it?
H.
Got that there? H. Okay. Now I want you to think of the full word. Repeat it in your mind over and over again, okay? What was your word?
Exhale.
Exhale.
Wow. That is awesome. That's really cool.
Thanks. So we're going to move on to a card trick now. So I brought along the cards. I don't want to make sure that they're all different. You can see that?
Yep, I can see that.
What I want you to do is actually just pick any card you like your favorite card or doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, that one. What I want you to do is sign the card.
Right here?
Yeah, on the face, and then show the camera.
Okay.
Awesome.
As you can see, I have signed the card.
We're going to just lose that in the middle, right about there. Give it a quick shuffle. Now my goal, normally the goal is to find your card, but my goal is actually not to find your card, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm hoping that it's not on top. What was your card again?
That's a good question, not that.
Okay. So that was the 3 of clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to do is just yell stop at any point.
Stop.
Right there. That was a 3 of clubs, right?
Yep.
So what's there then?
There's 3 of clubs.
Oh, wait. 1 second. What was your card again?
I want to say it was a 2.
Oh, the 5. Okay.
5, sorry.
Let's do this one more time. Okay. We'll shuffle it in. Okay. So it's not on top. But if we just snap our fingers, it actually rises to the top. Okay. So that time it didn't rise, but the first time it didn't rise, but now it's rising to the top. Okay. So we'll take your card.
Okay.
Right there. We'll leave it sticking out a bit so you can see it. Just push it in for me. See, sometimes it rises not to the top, but to my mouth. So we got that there.
That is awesome.
So we'll do this one more time. So we'll get that last in the middle. Actually, just take one out.
Okay.
Yep. That's not it, right?
Nope.
If I take it, get a good angle of this. If I take it, I can actually shake it, and it becomes your card. 5. Now, if I take your card and cut it into the middle, can you hold your hands like a table? That's right there. You actually see the deck of cards will move. Let's see if I can get this. One card pops out. Your card.
That's my card. That was my card.
Awesome.
That's awesome, dude. That is.
Thanks
really
for having
cool.
me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for showing us your tricks. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Charmaine Lim, Sean Suckham, and Lydia Frew with us.
This is the Grantham Community Garden. We grow over 40 different crops here, all grown organically, all by students, always student-led. We're one of the most profitable student organizations on campus. Everything that we grow here we sell, and that keeps the garden going and also pays the people who work in it. And now we're trying to work our way towards being a small farm. We have more paid student workers than we've ever had before.
We're back here on MC Live with international students Charmaine Lim, Sean Suckham, and Lydia Frew. Now, what country are you guys from?
So I was born in Singapore, but I was raised in China from when I was 2 to 9, and then, or 2 to 11, and then Hong Kong from 11 to 19.
Okay.
I am born and raised in East Malaysia on the island of Borneo.
Okay.
And I am from Ethiopia, the capital, Addis Ababa.
Okay. So then why did you guys choose Messiah coming from so far away?
Well, I had a mutual friend who was coming, 2 mutual friends who were coming here actually. So I had a friend who was kind of the go-between person, and she knew the other 2 of us, and it just kind of was word of mouth.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for me, my brother graduated in the spring of 2016, right before I came, in the following fall, and he was a PR major. I came in as a sport management major. He just after spending a year here in Messiah, he knew that I would love the environment here because I want to pursue sports as my career, and there's no better place to do it than in the U.S. itself. So he knew that it would be a great opportunity for me to build a career, build lots of friends, and after talking to him a little bit with parents, I decided to just come here. Yeah.
And my parents randomly ran into the parents of another student here, and that's how I found out about Messiah. And then I read an article written by a student from Messiah, and it just described Messiah students as like the most awkward, kind of socially outcasted, fun students. And it was like, that's where I want to be. So Messiah became my dream college ever since.
That's cool. That's really cool. So what would you say the biggest cultural difference is from where you guys are from now that coming to the United States?
Americans are very touchy. Like, you meet someone, they're like, hi, give me a hug. And I'm like, I do not know who you are. Why am I going to touch you? I also just don't like physical touch. So, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. I'm like, hi. No, please no.
Good to know. Good to know. For me, I think one of the, not a struggle, but to me it was just funny. It was how everyone here walks super fast. And me being 5'4", pretty short, even from Malaysia, I have to walk faster. So like literally my first semester as a freshman, I would be keeping up to everyone going down to Lodi, down the hill from Naga. And I think after one semester, I'm like, you know what? I'll see you there. Like, food is not going anywhere. You guys go ahead. I'm not gonna sweat or walking to dinner. So that was a struggle for me.
Funny thing, it's the opposite for me, Charmaine, where here people aren't that very touchy compared to people back home. Because people back home, like strangers could come up to you in the streets and like start hugging you or say like, oh, you're so cute. But here, that would be seen as something really inappropriate. So the complete opposite from Charmaine for me.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. So last question, guys. What is your favorite American meal that you possibly can't get in your home country?
Ooh.
Oh, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, hands down.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Corn pudding.
Corn
pudding. I don't know, corn pudding.
Is there a reason why?
I don't know. It's really good. I never tried it until I got here, and now I love it.
Yeah. Also the sausage links and like the sausage patties, you can't get that back home in Malaysia.
Okay.
That I love that. It's so good. It is so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your stories. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you to Kiana Peters, Justice Danielson, Sean Sukum, Lydia Freo, and Charmaine Lim for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to tune in next Monday for Falcon Update at 7 or check out our YouTube channel for more campus news and musical performances. Have a great night.
Welcome back to MC77. Here is this week's campus calendar. On October 9th at 7:30, the Falcon Fitness Center and Minds Matter are partnering to present Mental Wellness, talking about how exercise helps your mental health. It will be a panel discussion on the relationship between physical activity and mental wellness. The discussion will be held in Boyer 130. On October 6th through the 10th is Green Week here at Messiah. On Tuesday is an event outside of Lodi, Encouragement Through the Cross, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop at any time between then for some strength and encouragement to get through the week and engage in Christ-centered conversations with others. On Wednesday, come to the Union for Play-Doh, Bubbles, and Addie, the lovable golden retriever, from noon to 4. De-stress and rewind to the days of playing with your favorite childhood toy in the midst of midterms. Be sure to take part in these great events coming up, with the focus being on learning about mental health and raise awareness for mental illness. Fall break is coming up and starts this week on Thursday, the 11th, and ends Sunday, the 14th. Campus residences will remain open and classes will resume Monday at 8 a.m. Be sure to have a safe and relaxing break. On October 19th and 20th, Messiah SAB and Lost Films is showing Ant-Man and the Wasp. As Scott Lang balances being both a superhero and a father, Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym present an urgent new mission that finds the Ant-Man fighting alongside the Wasps to uncover secrets from their past. The cost is free for students and faculty and is $4 for guests. That's it for this week's campus calendar. I'm Curtis Seaman.